Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I thought I'd do a feels personal reading. I'm just waiting on one more deck to be delivered. I ordered a few, I'm not gonna lie, for in preparation for the October readings. Just because, you know, with it being October and Halloween and all that kind of stuff, and I wanted to get a few like darker ones but not creepy, you know what I mean, just some decks I would enjoy and I think you would enjoy. So stay tuned for the October monthlies. In the meantime, I thought I would just do some all signs ones, like this one's going to be a feels personal. I do a week ahead one. So, how's everyone doing? Let's jump in here. So for a feels personal reading, if you're new to the channel or if you're new to this type of video on my channel, this is meant to, the intent behind it is to resonate with as many people watching as possible and for it to feel like a personal reading, for it to feel like it's a private reading, okay? And of course, if you do want a private reading that's specific to you, all that information is always in the description box below. Guys, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm going to try to put more time into the channel because my work life has just been crazy and I haven't been able to focus on the channel as well. But I miss doing the readings and I miss talking to you guys and connecting with you guys. So I'm going to try to put a bit of more of a focus on it. So help me develop the channel and make sure that it grows. And thank you for your continued support. Okay. All that out the way. Wow, that was a long intro. Sorry about that, guys. Let's jump into feels personal. Angels and guides, please give me a reading that will feel personal, or will feel like a private reading to most people watching, everybody watching. Whether it's for their sun, their moon, their rising, any sign, any placement in their chart. May it resonate with their situation and give them advice for their highest good. Okay. There we go. An intro is required, guys, because as I talk, I shuffle and I kind of meditate at the same time, even though I'm talking. And it's kind of a way of letting my angels and my guides know that I'm kind of, you know, ready to work, as it were. Because you'll notice after my intros, I always end up taking this big, deep breath, because that's how I know, okay, that's good. We're online now. We're connected. The deck that I'm using is a beautiful one. It's the Dancing in the Dark tarot deck, and you'll see it in the October read. Not sure which sign I'm going to use it for yet, haven't decided, but you'll see it there, and it's gorgeous and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the Page of Pentacles. So the main energy, overall energy, has to do with an offer, something presented to us for us to review, for us to analyze. It could be to do with money, it could be to do with commitment, long-term engagements, whether that's, you know, the romantic kind of engagement or other type of engagements. Interesting. So I'm going to show you the cards and then start talking about the situation that I'm seeing. In the current situation, we have the Hierophant, Taurus energy, but also, again, the energy of long-term commitments, higher education, marriage, family, tradition. I hear cultural conditioning, okay, societal pressure type of thing. The challenge or what's going to help or hinder us, we have the Queen of Pentacles. And yes, in this deck, the pages are number 11, queens are number 13, the knights are number 12. Okay, just so that you don't get confused. So what's going to help or hinder us? Queen of Pentacles, Earth sign energy again. The Hierophant is also Taurus energy. We also have the Empress there, Taurus energy and Libra energy. This is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but again, it's something to do with our long-term goals, our long-term plans, where we want to invest, what we want to develop, where we want to put our efforts. So there might be an offer, because in the foundation, the reason for everything is the Knight of Cups. And with the Knight of Cups, it can be Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy, but it's an offer that is made and it looks very good, right? With the Knight of Cups, it's often the energy of being swept off your feet. It's the energy of, oh my God, is this really happening? It's almost like it's too good to be true, right? That's the energy of the Knight of Cups. It's got this dreamy quality to it. And it's cups though, right? So it's something where it's hopeful, it's exciting, it makes you happy. It may not be very well thought out though. It may not be very realistic, right? It's just something that you feel and you say and you go with it. And I feel like we're trying to, because we have the Four of Pentacles under that, we're trying to ground that offer. We're trying to put it through our reality filter, right? Yes, this is amazing. An offer towards a commitment. It's to be proposal, right? But is it viable? Because we have all these pentacle energies, right? Is it viable? Is it worthwhile? Will it give me long-term results? Things that I can count on, things that I can rely on. Not something that's going to be here now, but I don't know about tomorrow, right? Because it's Cups energy and it's how it kind of goes with the flow, right? In the past, we have the Six of Swords. So this could be someone literally coming from the past or an opportunity coming from the past. And we do have Mercury retrograde. Is it from the 27th? We have been in the shadow period, but I think it's from the 27th of September to about the 18th of October. And then we have the shadow period after that. Check with your favorite astrologer. I recommend Stormy Grace. She's awesome, and she's I consider her a friend. She's beautiful, a beautiful soul, and very wise. But yeah, we are going to see things from the past, people from the past, whether it's an actual person, a situation, or it's simply we're inundated with thoughts we used to have, feelings we used to have. It doesn't always have to be an actual person, guys, okay? Here it is. It's coming. It's coming as a cup, which tells me that whatever offer is presented to us was once something we consider to be, oh my God, if that happened, that would be a wish come true type energy. However, it looks like we're in a different mindset now. We're in a more grounded, is this viable? Can I make this work? Doing the numbers of it, right? Doing forecasts for it, right? Type energy. Crowning you, yeah, we have the Empress. This is the mindset that we're in. It might have been that in the past, we would have been more than happy to accept this Knight of Cups offer because it looks amazing, right? And it makes you feel great. However, there have been some changes. The Six of Swords talk about, you know, having gone through some difficult times, some challenging times, some conflicts, whether they're inner or outer, both. And we've moved on from them wiser than we were. And I feel like those lessons that we've learned have shaped how we look at things now. They have helped us become an Empress or an Emperor, depending on gender, doesn't really matter. Point is, it has helped us come into our own power. It has helped us understand our own value. And as a result, our expectations are different. Our standards are different. What we're willing to accept or not accept are different, right? Is different. And so we have this offer. Comes in Page of Pentacles. It goes up to a Knight of Cups energy. But we're looking at it from the Empress's perspective. Is this really what I deserve? Or can they withstand this? Can they keep this up? Type energy. In the outcome, we do have the Fool. Now I'm going to clarify, but the Fool can talk about either turning your back and walking a completely different path, right? Not going back to the past in any sort of capacity. But it could also talk about jumping into something wholeheartedly and taking a chance on something. So I'm going to clarify. The bottom line is we're dealing with Chariot card, wanted to be seeing Cancer energy. Again, just confirming something from the past coming back very quickly, maybe even unexpectedly. I do feel like it's something you've kind of given up on, Because again, I have this feeling of once it would have been a wish come true for me to hear this or for me to see this offer. Now though, I'm not so sure. I need to think about it, right? I really need to think about it. Or if it's a situation of, I'll be surprised if I don't see the Lovers come out, because if it's a situation, it could be a situation of a head or a heart decision, whereas before, maybe we were ruled by our hearts more, or we gave into how we felt in the moment more than actually, I don't know, rationalizing things or whatever. But now we're kind of in the other extreme where it's like, yes, this is nice and it's beautiful and it kind of makes me feel good and hopeful. However, I need to analyze it. I need to rationalize it. I need to make sure it's the right decision. It's the best decision for me at this time. I'm not getting swept away anymore, right? I'm calling the shots now. I'm not just going with whatever comes up. Okay, so let's clarify. Ooh, okay, hold on. Alright, 2 cards flew out. So we have the King of Pentacles now and the Page of Wands. I'm going to put them back in, but we have the Page, the Queen, Knight of Cups, and the King. Page, Queen, and King of Pentacles here. And this is what the communication is about with the Page of Wands. Someone's reaching out with this offer, and they're talking about long term. They're talking about permanent. They're talking about true commitment, right? What I am going to say is Pentacles keep coming out, so I do feel like there is some substance to this offer that the Knight of Cups is making, okay? There is some substance to it. Let's see. And we have the Death card at the bottom of the deck. Let me show it to you because it's beautiful. And the Three of Cups under that. Yeah, guys, this is something where you've given up on it, and it's someone coming back to reunite, to reconcile, to have a conversation, whether this is romantic or not. Because I feel like for some of you, yes, it is romantic, but for others of you, I definitely see this being work related. An offer that you received and somehow it just got off, that it just got taken off the table, and now it's coming back. For others of you, I do see this being a situation to do with family. Someone coming back into the fold, maybe after a time of conflict, because we have a mother figure here. We have elder energy with the Hierophant. Okay, so let's see. Let's clarify this. Okay, they're asking me to pull more cards and do a full Celtic cross. Cool. Okay, so how do you see yourself in relation to this situation? We have the Eight of Wands. What's in your environment coming in that you don't see? We have the Four of Cups. Hopes and fears regarding the situation. The Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, this is what you're hoping for. This is what's on offer. This is what you once wanted and kind of gave up on it because it just never happened. And in the outcome, the Ace of Swords. Victory, decision making. Okay. And now we have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. Fated events, guys, and they're telling me to get a different deck to clarify, so that's fine. I got plenty. Bear with. The Ghost one. Since we're talking of ghosts from ghosts of the past, right? This is another new deck that I got. Oh my god, guys, I spend so much money on decks. That's what I buy. I buy decks, books, and maybe clothes, and then a lot of stuff for my cats. My babies. Okay, so this is the Ghost Tarot. That's the box. I'm going to put it there. So, yeah, I feel like how you view the situation, you feel like you don't have a lot of patience for it. You feel like you're over it. And for those of you, this is, okay, yeah, okay, let's go ahead and do it, okay? If it's a work situation or anything to do with financial investments, anything like that, you're like, yeah, okay, I've been waiting for this to happen. You told me it would, kind of went away. If you're saying you're going to do it now, let's just do it, okay? And then the Ace of Swords, there is that contract, it's the signing of the paperwork, you know what I mean? And it's just, Yeah, it's happening. Let's do this. If it's to do with love, I feel like this is, and I have the Chariot at the bottom of the deck. It keeps popping up because it was at the bottom of the deck before as well. If it's to do with love, I feel like this is you saying, you might be giving someone a piece of your mind. It is communication. You're open to communication. But I feel like you don't have a lot of patience for it. Okay, because with the Four of Cups, you're already in this blase type energy when it comes to this. You're like, I kind of heard this a few times before. I need to think if I really want to put myself in this situation again. But again, I feel like you're not ruled by your heart anymore when it comes to this romantic situation. Why? Because you've learned some hard lessons when the person went away, or when they were, flighty, in and out. I do feel like they just took off in the end or something like that. And you're like, well, that has taught me a lot about myself, what I deserve, what I don't deserve, what I'm willing to put up with, what I'm not willing to put up with, etc. And it's put you in this mindset of, I could, I'll hear you out. I'll think about it. I don't know though, right? That's the energy that I'm getting when it comes to this, if it's a romantic thing. And the reason why I feel you would even reconsider this is because of all that pentacle energy that we've seen. They seem to come back a little wiser, a little bit more grown up, or the way they talk to you, they let you know that they've actually thought this through. Okay. And it's not just based on emotion or impulse. And that's the only reason I see you reconsidering this. Not to say you're go for it, you're reconsidering it at least. Okay, let's clarify. See what we got. What is this Hierophant in the situation? The Tower. Yeah, didn't I say someone coming in maybe out of the blue? I think I did. I don't know. I don't remember. But this is something unexpected. This communication is just out of the blue. For some of you, let's go with the romantic thing first, and then we'll clarify the rest. For some of you, I feel like this person has been trying to get your family or your friends to help them get back to you, for them to get back to you. Does that make sense? And that completely takes you by surprise because you're like, well, I thought you didn't even like this person. The Challenge, Four of Cups with that Queen of Pentacles. Something is being re-offered to you, or offered to you yet again, because I feel like it's been a few times that you've dealt with this person. And the challenge with the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress is, I may have been a queen before where, I was kind and I was patient and I was understanding. I'm an Empress now, male or female, doesn't matter. I'm an Empress now. That means I've kind of leveled up. So if I'm going to consider what you offer, whatever that is, it needs to be on my level. Okay? There's no joke. There's no in between. There's no ifs. There's no, no. Okay? There's no more mind games. There's no room for mind games. There's no room for manipulation. There's no room for any of that. It's like, I know my worth, you know my worth, so let's not play games. Okay? The Knight of Cups in the foundation is clarified by the Knight of Cups. This has been a long time coming. There's a lot of love here. I'm not going to lie. There's a lot of love. But again, for whatever reason, the connection just wasn't viable in real life. There's a lot of love here. Look, I mean, and it's mutual because the knights are facing each other. A water sign with water sign energy. The challenge was making it work in the real world. Six of Swords in the past. The Sun card. Yeah, I feel like someone was non-committal, and that was an issue because that's why they come as the first card out, the Hierophant, right? That was an issue before. They were non-committal. They like to have their options. It's not that they would do anything about it necessarily, but they like to know that they had the freedom. They didn't want to feel boxed in. They didn't want to settle down. They didn't want to they like the tension. Let's just put it that way. They like the tension. And also I'm getting a sense of with the Hierophant and the Sun, it was important to them how other people viewed them. And it was more about that than the actual connection. It's also someone being childish and self-centered. Not gonna lie. The Empress in the mindset. Yeah, the Nine of Pentacles. Look, you have the minor energy of the Empress and you have the major of the Empress. The Nine of Pentacles is like the beginning of the Empress energy. Then the Queen of Pentacles is like the midway, halfway point of getting to the Empress energy. And the ultimate, right, is the Empress energy. So it's clear that someone has had a trajectory of just growth and development, reaching the culmination of I'm in my power. I'm perfectly fine on my own. I don't feel like I need someone else. I feel like someone has also overcome some codependency issues, where it's like I'm happy to be alone now. I'm happy to be on my own. That doesn't mean I'm lonely, and it doesn't mean like I feel I failed in life. I know my worth, and I treat myself the way I deserve to be treated, right? I'm not going to wait for someone else to see my worth. I'm not going to wait for someone else to validate my worth. I'm doing that for myself. I don't really need anyone else, right? The Fool in the near future. The Two of Wands. Yeah, someone's... I don't know why the camera freezes. It's so annoying. I'm sorry, guys. The Two of Wands. I think it's something to do with my laptop. I don't know if it's doing updates or something in the background. Okay. The Fool with the Two of Wands, again, a decision has to be made. And it has to be something you jump into. You're either all in or you're all out. I feel like it's that kind of time. Eight of Wands and how you see yourself. The Five of Cups. See, you're in that in-between place. I kind of let this go. I don't know how I feel about it. I haven't thought about it in a long time. I haven't focused on it in a while. I've kind of moved on or moved past the feelings. You know what I mean? You know those feelings that you have? And then whatever happens, it doesn't go well. But so a lot of time goes by, or you go through a lot of different experiences. And it's almost like you forget you had those feelings in the first place, right? I think that's what happens when you get over someone. Yeah, and you're like, I don't know. I could think about this. I'll hear you out. I don't know. Because there's still something there with the Five of Cups, right? The Two of Cups is standing there. So there's still something there. There's still a remnant of those feelings there. It's just a matter of, do I want to open that door again and delve into those feelings, or just keep going? The Four of Cups in the environment of what's coming in. We have the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Page of Pentacles before with the Four of Cups. Yeah, it's just confirmation. An offer is coming in. I do feel like it's different. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little different. It's not just Cups energy anymore. There's some Pentacles in there. That means someone has learned some lessons. They've grown up a little bit. They're a little bit more practical. They're a little bit more realistic about their feelings, right? They're not just run by them. And hopes and fears. Yeah, we have Judgment with the Ten of Pentacles. Hoping to resurrect something that once was full of potential for long-term happiness and long-term stability. And the fear is, with Four of Cups there, I don't want to, get on a hamster wheel again and then for it to end the same way it did before. And the outcome with that Ace of Swords. We have the Hermit. Gaining knowledge. Strength card. Leo energy, Virgo energy. And the Hangman. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, you're not going to jump into whatever this is that is offered to you. And again, we're going to clarify the romantic aspect first and then look at the other situations, other scenarios. And we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This is Ace of Swords again. Seven of Cups. This is... I don't feel like you're going back to the past, okay? I'm not gonna lie. Or at least not during Mercury retrograde. For some of you, that's what you're saying to yourself. I'm going to be wise about this. I'm going to hold back with the Strength card. I'm going to be wise about it with the Hermit and the Ace of Swords. I'm going to give it some time with the Hangman, and I'll make a decision when Mercury goes direct. I feel like that's actually a thing for some of you. That's your thinking, which is good. It's wise. For others of you, I feel like this is saying we can talk, the Ace of Swords, but with the Hangman, you're saying we can talk, we can spend time, but I'm watching you, okay? Whether you're saying it to this person or you're talking to yourself, right? We can talk, but I'm paying attention to what you do. I'm gathering information before I make my decision, because you want to be fair. And also, because it's at that point of you're either all in or you're all out, and you're done, fully done with this person for the rest of your life here, okay? This lifetime anyway. And this is also in terms of advice. If you're not sure, give it more time. If you're not sure if you can trust this person, give it a while to see what they do. Gather information about what they do. It's not about what they say, it's about what they do. And don't tell them you put a time limit on it. Don't tell them you're watching them, right? Because if you tell someone, I'm going to need a month to see if you can keep your word, they're going to do that for a month. They will, right? It's like, oh my God, challenge accepted. And then after that, not so much. So don't tell this person any of that. Just say, yeah, we can talk, we can hang out. But you keep your eye on them and you learn from what they do. Okay. Others of you, like I say, you're already doing this, you're already thinking it. I'm going to give it some time, we can talk, I'm going to give it some time, but I'm going to make a decision once Mercury is direct, because that way I know I'm not going to change my mind. One way or the other, it doesn't matter, right? Cool. So I feel like you have a really good grasp of the situation, you have a good way of looking at it, a healthy way of looking at it. You've outgrown the times of, oh my God, if this happened, that would make me the happiest person in this whole wide world. It's kind of, I'm seeing like a disillusionment there with the Ace of Swords coming up twice and the Seven of Cups, right? You've kind of, whatever this was that was on a pedestal for you as the end all, not so much anymore. And you're like, yes, there's still feelings there, I acknowledge that. But I'm looking at it not just from a feelings perspective. I'm looking at it, yes, there's feelings and that's nice, right? But is this something that's going to make me happy? Is this person someone who's going to treat me right? Treat me the way I deserve. Treat me the way I treat them, right? In the long run. And so because you're in that different mindset, you're looking at things very differently. And the situation or the person doesn't have a pull on you as they used to, where maybe you felt like you couldn't control yourself or you just had to go with your feelings because it was overwhelming. Okay? Which is amazing, guys. I can't even tell you. It's so awesome because that's such a difficult lesson to learn. Cool. That's romance. Work, I feel like, again, there's this offer that's put back on the table out of the blue. I feel like you definitely still want this, but you're trying to be in a position of, I'm not trying to get my hopes up again. Because it wasn't nice when it went away, or when, I don't feel like it went away, or it was said like, no, full stop. I feel like it was just, we don't know, or we're not hearing back from people, or they haven't made a decision on an executive level, or whatever. It was just a lot of things being kind of, dragged out. Drug out. But you're still the star candidate for that role. And they're offering you this again. Do you want to do this? For some of you, they're offering you the same thing they offered you before and it kind of went away for whatever reason. For others of you, they're saying that is going to become available, but then we also have this for you. Which one do you think you want? Okay. For a lot of you, I feel like you still have your heart set on what was offered before and it kind of went away. And you're like, yeah, okay, let's do this. Let's do this. The Ace of Swords, I feel like that is a victory energy, it's the signing of the contract. It can be, because we also have the Strength card and the Hermit, it can be a formal interview before, because there's something you have to do before, because the Hangman there, before you sign that contract. So I feel like that's the Mercury retrograde energy, where yes, it's done, we're going to do this, but there's still something that you have to do before we actually fully sign that contract and make it permanent. Does that make sense? And that might be a conversation, a formal interview, or going through just the whole process of applying for the role, even though you're technically doing it, or whatever it is, right? And going from a temp to a perm, or from one role to the other. And even though everyone likes you for that role, you still have to go through the process, right? Same as everyone else. But it is coming up as, yes, we're still offering that to you. And on top of that, but there's also this, you might want to consider, you have some choices now. Okay. If this is a family dynamic, and someone has, I feel like someone, if it's a family dynamic or even a family business, I feel like someone just ventured off to do what they wanted to do. They broke tradition in one way or another with a choice they made, or if it's to the family business or whatever, they broke tradition. They did not do what they were expected to do, what they had been brought up to do. And there might have been a big argument, a big conflict. And I feel like that person is now coming back around. They're working for themselves, or they're living life for themselves. They're calling the shots. They're doing things their own way, as opposed to the traditional way, the expected way. Does that make sense? But they're now in a position where, this could be you, right? And you go back to the fold and you say, I did not follow tradition. However, look, I'm successful in my own right, or I'm happy, or I'm living a full life, or I'm being respected in you know, my community, or whatever it is. So it's almost like the family can't say your way is wrong, or they can't say you have to do things the traditional way because that's the only way, because you're doing your own way and you're being successful, right? So there's a meeting of the minds here on a different level. And there can be making peace within a family. People putting their anger aside and having that conversation. Okay. But I see a very, very strong mother figure. Either she's the one initiating and fighting for, you know, you have to do things this way and that way or whatever, or she's the one pushing for, let's at least hear them out, let's see them, let's have that conversation with them, right? Because if it's a child or if it's someone else in the family. And I do feel like some peace can be made with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Cups under that. Yeah, some peace can be made within a family dynamic where people can see eye to eye. They can put hostility aside, because I feel like this was a bad conflict. They can put that aside, right? Keep it under control with the Strength card and have a conversation with an open mind with the Hermit there of, okay, our way is not the only way. You've proven that. Where do we go from here? Does that make sense? Okay. So I feel like this was more of a Mercury retrograde type read. I'm thinking of doing, you know, what you can expect during the Mercury retrograde, and I'll probably do that. I'll see if I can do a live. But I feel like this is what's happening during the Mercury retrograde for a lot of people. Okay. So take the energy and apply it as it makes sense to you, whether I talked about your particular scenario or not. Let me know if this helps. Let me know how you resonate with the reading if you do. I do hope it helps you if you're dealing with these energies. It looks good. It looks very good either way, or whatever scenario you're dealing with. It ends in a feeling of peace. It ends in a feeling of whether that's peace of mind or peace in your heart, peace in the family, or a peace that comes from, okay, finally I did this and I can relax now. I have this victory and I can relax now. I have some stability. Yeah, it looks good. It looks very, very good, okay? So I'll leave it there, guys. Let me know what you think. As always, I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks in advance for liking and sharing and commenting and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye for now.